Hello everyone, this is Jay and I'm Christa, and you may be watching this on one of two of our channels. We are actually going to post the same exact video on both channels. So for those of you on Say I Do Forever, hello, it's been a very long time and we're so glad you're here. Today we're going to go through some updates, some life updates and some channel updates. Also, if you are watching on Finding Shalom, Shalom, sweet friends. This is Jay and I'm Christa. We were actually missing for the entire month of January, and there's a really good reason, so we're going to chat about that. So, anyway.
Yeah, I think we should just jump right into that.
Just jump right in. So
for January, we had a wedding to go to in Louisiana, and I was reluctant to fly because I'm not a fan of flying in any airplane or up in the air at all. So I went because my father-in-law and Christa needed my help with navigating and driving and everything else. So we headed to Louisiana, which you guys know in the South. Hopefully you guys realize that it's usually warm and nice.
So we were excited to
especially in the winter.
We were excited to get away from, Idaho, where our Januaries are probably the coldest,
it's
snowiest.
usually cold, snowy, rainy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we headed south.
Yep. And we got there, and the wedding went really well.
It was wonderful.
It was really awesome with Christa's nephew getting married to his bride.
He cried at the altar. I love that.
Yeah, that was really funny because he was up there crying. Then his sister started crying, and I looked at his sister, and then his sister got me crying, and I'm like, oh, come on, you guys. But it was a really great wedding. It was a really great ceremony. And then the next day hit.
Yeah. Well, I want to add a few little pictures of the wedding right here. Maybe just a few little snippets, and maybe some of our travels, like before the weather hit.
Yeah, for sure.
We had a really good time. So the beginning of the trip was probably in the 40s, 50s, even going towards 60s.
Yeah,
it was nice.
It was like spring here in Idaho. It was really great.
Yeah, we went to the Tabasco factory, which is right there in New Iberia.
At Avery Island. That was amazing. That place, if you ever get to go to Louisiana, go to Avery Island and visit Tabasco. It's amazing. It's incredible.
Yeah, there's like all these trees with the Spanish moss hanging out. And
cool.
I couldn't wait to go. I've been there many times when my nieces and nephews graduated from high school, stuff like that. I've gone for that stuff. But Jay has never been to Louisiana, so I was excited to show him all of the things.
Yeah, Christa had been 4 or 5 times, 6 times, however many times. So she was like, I'm used to going, and it's usually mild in the winter there compared to here, and even in spring. Summer's a little bit sticky and hot. But while we were there, we got an Airbnb, and that was the start of the comical relief. So the first night, we're in the bedroom that we stayed in. It was a huge house that Christa and her sister found for us to stay in. And where we stayed, there was a freight train that would travel up and down all evening from about 8 p.m. to about 2 a.m. And
right behind our bed. It was like in the backyard.
Yeah, it was right behind the fence. The train track was, it was probably 60 to 100 yards away, but it's still, when a train hits its freight train horn, it's loud. And so we're laying there and we're starting to go to sleep. And unfortunately for us, the streets run this way and the house sat on this street that runs this way. So at every intersection, the freight train would go blah, blah, at every single little street. So we dealt with that. Then the second night we were there, we hear, "This is the New Iberia Sheriff's Department. We have you surrounded. Come out with your hands up." And I looked at Christa. It woke me up. I looked at Christa. I said, "Did you just hear what I heard?" She goes, "Yeah, what was that?" And so the Sheriff's Department repeated it.
And we're like...
For like, what, 6 hours?
Well, yeah, it
the
was
whole time that it was a standoff.
It ended up to be a 6-hour standoff. We probably woke up in the middle of it. We must have slept through the beginning of it.
Yeah, but I kept hearing it. I'm like, what is going on? So then it was so loud that I was able to get what they were saying, and I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Don't they know we rented this place?
Yeah.
And I said, Jay, peek out the windows. Is that for us? Like, do they want us to come out with our hands up?
It was so funny. So this guy evidently broke into this other guy's house. Mm-hmm. The other guy inside took off out the back, obviously called the police. The guy that broke into his house barricaded himself in the house for 6 hours. But the sheriff's department was able to talk him out to come out and give himself up. So anyway, so those two things were the highlights of the trip.
Yeah. Once we realized that it wasn't for us, that we didn't have to come out with our hands up, then I figured, I don't know why, I felt pretty safe, you know, I mean, they had it surrounded, and the house was beautiful. Like, this house was historic, and every nook and cranny had little sitting rooms and fancy lights and artwork.
It was amazing.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a problem because it had a stairway, and my dad is 82, and we got there and went, oh no, all the rooms are upstairs. And even the bathroom from his room was another set of stairs. So there were stairs everywhere. But he did good.
Yeah.
And
did good.
So that was good. So then we go to the wedding and enjoy that. And,
that was a lot of fun. And
everything. And it was right after the wedding that a cold front really moved in. And so Sunday we're driving back from the wedding. We had to drive a couple hours or an hour to the town where the wedding was, and so on Sunday morning we're coming back, and you can just feel the cold in the air.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Living here in Idaho for so long, we knew
something's coming.
there's snow or rain coming, and sure enough.
Yeah. So we stop at a place. We're like, okay, well, we still want to go see these certain gardens.
Oh yeah.
We want to go, we want to go visit all these different like historic things.
The places,
And there was one on our way home that was kind of like a village that was from like, I don't know, the 1600s or something. And they had taken all of the houses and kind of put them together on this property where you can go. And there was supposed to be like a band playing on a Sunday afternoon. So we were kind of excited. It was blue skies. It was a little colder than it had been. But we arrive and the whole parking lot is empty. And we're like, what? Isn't this the place?
Not one car.
Yeah, we look it up and then we walk up to the big building that you kind of check in. And there's a big note. It says, due to the weather, we are closed, or we will be closed.
Now keep in mind, it's only like 40 degrees and blue sky at this point.
we're
like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, it gets to -10 here, randomly, and we're driving on ice and snow. We just plow through it.
Yeah.
We don't even think twice about it.
And then there was all this talk on the news and stuff that there's this blizzard coming.
Yeah.
And we're like, blizzard in Louisiana?
Yeah.
What's going on?
It was crazy.
Yeah. But Monday, then we decide, well, maybe we could go to some of the gardens. We're supposed to actually fly out on Tuesday morning, early morning.
Yep.
And so Monday we had a day where we wanted to go see like the Rip Van Winkle gardens, which are gorgeous. I wanted to show you.
Yep.
Open 7 days a week except for when we come. Because it's 42 degrees.
Still wanted to go see Shadows of the Tesh.
Yep. And so we go around and every single thing is closed due to the weather. And at that point, it was just kind of a little chilly, but it wasn't...
It wasn't snow yet.
There wasn't snow, but we woke up, so then that night, Monday night, we start getting notifications that all of our planes have been canceled.
The rental car place was shut down.
Woo, it's deeper than I thought.
Yep.
Well, we are out here in Louisiana.
Doesn't look like it.
Looks like Idaho, but in this beautiful Airbnb. Has a beautiful stained glass right here, and across from us, let me show you, is a really cool church. And the thing is, we are from Idaho and this is our normal weather, but we did not bring winter clothing, except for, thank God, I brought my scarf for the plane rides. We are on a trip for my nephew's wedding, and usually, actually a couple weeks ago, it was 80 degrees here in Louisiana, and they maybe every 6 or 7 years get a skiff of snow.
But nothing like this.
But this is quite deep.
Yeah.
Now we're going to try to drive on the roads. We're not so worried about us driving on the roads.
We're worried about everybody else driving on the road.
Because they don't know how to drive. They don't get snow, ever.
Not
So
this
most
much.
of these people have never driven in snow.
Yeah. Not
So this has been super interesting. So now we're going to try, we have to check out of our Airbnb. We were supposed to get on planes to get home to Idaho. But all of our flights were canceled, and even the entire airport shut down. In fact, the entire city shut down. And we have our rental car, and even the rental car place said, sorry, we've just shut down.
Yep.
So anyways, we're gonna go hang out with my sister maybe for a couple days. We cannot get out of here for maybe 2 more days.
Because the airport.
Yeah, so it's interesting. We got people at home trying to take care of things like our dog, our cat, all the things.
So,
Cats, yeah. So anyway, we're gonna go get my dad, get in the car, and try to truck through here, which normally, like I said, in Idaho, this would be a normal day. But I don't know what it's gonna be like out there, because we have to get over the Tesh, which is the river, and they have what are the drawbridge things?
Yeah.
And they shut all of those down because of the ice.
Yeah,
so
there's one bridge that we can possibly get across to get to your sister's house. So we'll go do that right now.
Oh, no, come on the other side where it's not disturbed.
Okay. Has your car ever seen this much snow?
No.
Oh my gosh. How oh my gosh. That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Hold on.
The sides even. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. You guys got more snow than we did. Oh man. Yeah. You guys got way more snow than we did. Yeah.
Oh, it was a mess.
It was crazy.
And I was supposed to be back to work on Wednesday.
Yeah. So we literally got trapped for
2 days.
2 days.
2 extra days.
2 extra days. That's a dead giveaway. It's a Mardi Gras house.
That's taking it to the extreme, isn't it?
Now we know we're in Louisiana. And they have Mardi Gras lights over here. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's beautiful. Which is costly, you know. You have to have extra car rental, you have to have extra hotel, extra. Luckily, my dad ended up paying for the hotel, but we switched hotels, and oh boy, and it wasn't such a great hotel the last couple days.
No,
It was quite the thing.
it was like a Motel 3.
Yeah.
It was cheese balls. So.
But the one reason why I feel like January was this enormous blur was because we had so many moving parts for us to be able to go to Louisiana. We have
so many things to take care of.
Yeah, we have a dog that has separation anxiety, and she
Yeah.
gets herself sick.
Yep.
Even if one of us is off schedule, or like when I went to Oregon a couple of years ago, I left and he was here, but she got herself sick.
Yeah, she always gets sick if we're gone for any length of time.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So it took us the 2 weeks before we left. We found the most wonderful dog sitters. Wonderful. Reach out to us if you're in our area and you need a dog sitter, because the couple that do it were
she's
amazing.
Awesome. Her and her husband both. They were awesome.
So for 2 weeks before we left, they came to us, hung out with us, and got to know her. We went over to their house and hung out, and she got to know the area.
The house. Just the surroundings, the backyard.
We worked with her food, all kinds of stuff. And then we have a cat that is extra. The cat is extra. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
So we had to have
the
people
cat
come
has
in.
separation anxiety.
And then, we have people in
gosh.
our lives who have separation anxiety too. So there's all this logistics.
Yes, we do.
Pretty much we came off the holidays, went right into mode of trying to get this trip together, then got stuck for 8 days instead of the 6 days in Louisiana, and then came back. And I feel like the last week has just been trying to put our lives back together from leaving. So
yeah, January was very overwhelming, and we had been wanting to do videos for actually both channels for quite a while. Mm-hmm. And so now that's what we're doing today. But I want to touch a little bit on
Say I Do Forever.
Let's Say I Do Forever, why we removed a lot of the videos, and that was...
Well, and
Go
also,
ahead.
first to say,
Go
we
ahead.
really haven't made a video on the Say I Do Forever channel. If you're on the other channel, Finding Shalom, our Say I Do Forever channel was our marriage channel, and we have not made a video probably almost a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's for many reasons. So Jay was going to touch on some of that.
Just real briefly. I'm not going to have a long-winded explanation, but so we did a lot of videos of a friend of mine's yard, and we did videos of, our yard, and the mistake I made was putting all of these landscaping type videos on Say I Do Forever, because it doesn't pertain to marriages. And I felt like we needed to refocus and get our marriage channel back to about marriages. Not to say we're going to have a video every week about tips on marriage, but we will be posting videos randomly on Say I Do Forever, and also doing shorts when we get a chance. But I just wanted to let everybody know that's why those videos got removed, because I felt like if we were going to do a landscaping theme, we probably needed to do a landscaping channel. So that's why you guys would see those videos be removed. And that was my decision. I ran it by Christa, and she was yeah, that probably would have been the better choice, is for us to do a landscaping channel. Mm-hmm. But with that, we have so many irons in the fire going that I don't think we'll be doing a landscaping channel. I think we will probably just do videos for Say I Do Forever when we can. Mm-hmm. And it will be about her and I working together as a team, and also tips on marriage, and how God has blessed our marriage, and to keep focused on Him to strengthen our marriage. Mm-hmm. So that's the direction we want to take Say I Do Forever. Yeah,
and to be fair, Jay and I we've had this passion for helping marriages, and in that we've kind of had ebbs and flows in our own marriage and struggled through things. And then when we made this channel, and in a minute we'll talk about how both of these channels were born, but it came out of a passion, basically, for us wanting to help other couples through maybe some of the struggles that we had, showing them that we got through it to the other side.
Right.
And that's always been our passion. And to be fair on the gardening stuff is you and I, that's our hobby, and you and I do teamwork really well with gardening. And
Yep.
we also love to help other people with their gardening. And we love to help other people, period, you know.
Correct.
So to be fair, that's how it kind of morphed into that.
Yeah.
And it really also morphed into that from the fact that we had moved your mom and Pops
Yeah.
here, and
Yeah.
we didn't have a lot of time to do anything. Time is another thing. This season of our lives, we don't have a lot of time.
Right.
You know, we've been taking care of parents, we've been taking care of people in our lives, and these crazy animals in our lives,
Oh, yeah.
and just our full-time jobs and all of that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so we were trying to make all of our content for our Say I Do Forever channel. And then you'll see a switch where Jay's mom actually had come up here, and we redid their backyard, because when they moved from a beautiful garden near Palm Springs, California, and to come up here where we have winter and all of that, they were unsure. And so we wanted to make them happy. So we redid their backyard, and we just filmed it in the process to kind of kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
We needed to make videos, and we didn't have time to make videos. So
And also we did that one as showing that Christa and I are all about teamwork.
teamwork,
You
yeah.
know, what is that saying? Teamwork makes the dream work. So,
Yeah. And not everybody has teamwork in the gardening sense. Some people love to be in the kitchen and cook together.
Right.
Some people love to go work out together. Some people love, and whatever it is a couple does that kind of
They just have to find that
thing.
that bond they have with each other and what they both like to do, and then join together and do that.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has something they like to do.
Yeah. And so, to be fair, you didn't just make a decision to do that. We were trying to figure out how to do both the channel,
Right.
marriage material, and, you know, do the things we needed to do in regular life.
It was only after thinking about it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, here quite a while back, that I realized that it should have been a separate channel. Mm-hmm. You know,
Well,
those
and
types
I
of videos.
think our mistake was when you get into the YouTube world, everything is pushed at you as far as algorithms and if you wanted monetization,
all
and
that.
maybe, you know, by chance we could make money at this so that we could actually maybe lower how much we're working in other areas, so we could put more time into what we're passionate about and what we really feel God is leading us to.
Right.
But then we made another huge decision just this last week. And that was that we are not going to monetize either of these channels, and we are not going to chase the wrong thing.
Yeah, we're not gonna chase the YouTube dangling carrot. You know, everybody is just drawn to that, and Christa has another channel that is already monetized. It's her sewing channel, and it's doing very, very well. So she's gonna just keep that as the monetization. We're gonna keep Finding Shalom and Say I Do Forever as non-monetized. We're not doing this channel, either of these channels, for the money. We're doing it to help others in their walk with Jesus and also their marriage. So that is to the point. That's why we are doing these other two channels. And like I said, we won't be having videos every week, or maybe not even every month, but her Finding Shalom will be more driven to get videos. The Say I Do Forever we'll be doing videos when we have the time. We had to do a refocus, like I said, and we are putting our energies in, narrow our focus and put our energies in that direction. So
Well, and
we apologize for being so gone for so long too.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of narrowing focus, it's funny, as we were going through, the last 3 years of our lives have been really intense, and it's hard because we had so many irons in the fire and all of that. And in August, 1st of August, I actually woke up with an intense dream, actually a couple nights in a row. And I don't want to get into that full dream. I actually have a video on that on the Finding Shalom, and I can link it down in the description or up here. But I couldn't figure it out forever. I was just in this really long room, and there were all these doors that kept opening and taking me elsewhere. And basically, I realized after a month of praying about it, searching, you know what, we have too many doors open on the side, and our purpose and where God wants us is in this long, narrow room.
Yeah.
You know, we have to stay focused. We got to keep our blinders on and do exactly what we need to do, because when you're in a season of chaos, when you're in a season of a lot going on, you don't have time or energy or strength. You only have so many hours in a day. You only have so much energy, so much strength,
sure.
you know.
For sure.
And so you got to really stop and go, okay, what are those things?
What really matters?
What really matters?
Yeah, and we've come to that conclusion that this is what
Yeah.
really matters. So
I like I think I heard this years and years ago. It's basically when you're making decisions, what story do you want to tell? Like when you're dead and gone and your life is over, what story do you want told about your life? You know, what were the things that were really critical? And there's so many little random stuff that doesn't make, you know, a hill of beans. You know, it doesn't matter. But we really want our lives to be a certain way. And for us, the Finding Shalom is number one, and Say I Do Forever marriages, that's number two.
yeah,
And even my channel for Chris's dress shop, it is teaching people to sew. And I don't make a video all the time. I just make them when I can. And it's basically because I want to pass down what I know and what I learned in the bridal industry and in the sewing world.
right.
I want, when, you know, lights out, when it's over, I want to have taught people these things and leave them with this legacy.
Right.
And so we got the sewing. We've got the Finding Shalom, which is all about peace.
Yeah.
And that was, believe it or not, Finding Shalom was speaking about the birth of the channels. When I was closing my bridal shop and ending that part of my life, it was right at a time when God was teaching me about peace and how to find true peace. And when I kind of locked into that and I found that, I wanted to share it with the world. And so as we were closing the bridal shop,
Yep.
I was like, you know, I feel like I want to do a YouTube channel to show people how to find true peace.
Yeah.
And that was also a lot through the Bible. There was so much in there, there's so much richness of wisdom and direction and healing. For even if you've had a troubled childhood, there's so much healing in that.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
so that was the main channel, and I started that, opened it up right as I was closing. But then because I'm an introvert and because I'm a little slower, I like to process things. It was months and I hadn't done anything with that channel except for to do a couple videos of me closing down the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay came along, he says, well, what are you waiting for? And in fact, he says, well, we have this passion for marriages, and we've always had some sort of a marriage ministry, Say I Do Forever. He says, why don't we just do a channel for our marriage ministry? And he had that channel up and going, first video, everything, within like 24 hours, we were booming. And I was like, oh my goodness, the one that Finding Shalom, which was the original purpose, is just sitting there. But for the quite a few months that we worked on the Say I Do Forever, we started to learn how to be in front of the camera, how to edit a video. We have learned so much, you know. We're still learning. We still have a lot of improvements to do.
We still have not found the microphone that works for this camera. But that's okay.
We actually have quite a few, we have some that we bought
Yeah,
and they didn't
that
fit.
don't work. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are a work in progress, but
Yep.
in the 3 years that we have been working on these channels, God has just grown us. Like, I didn't know how to edit a video. I didn't know how to run that program, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
We didn't know how to run a camera. We didn't know how to do lights. We didn't
Yeah.
know how to do,
yeah,
half
we've come
the
a long
things.
way. So
And then when we would do the videos, like all of our gardening things, and we were at Chance's house and, redoing his thing, it really became fun.
yeah,
It became a lot of work and I didn't have a lot of time for it, but it became fun to edit that and see the transformations at his yard.
sure.
And it actually improved my camera skills for other videos and for my sewing channel. My sewing channel is the last one that came along.
Right.
But anyways, what else did you want to say about that? Purpose, passion?
I just think
Focus.
we wanted to get back to where we were at originally. I think I think I lost sight as far as the Say I Do Forever channel. Like I said, I think if we were going to do landscaping, we should have done a landscaping channel. But that's neither here nor there. That's done with. We're refocused and we're coming back to
Yeah.
where we need to be. So
Yeah, it's really good to get kind of a refocus. February 1st was kind of like a New Year's to us. It's like a January 1st.
yeah, we just skipped January.
In fact, I still have my Christmas mug out. All our Christmas things are still all out.
still there.
Because January was such a blur.
Yeah, we just took January and went like that. And now we're starting our beginning of our year February 1st.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Friday night, right before February 1st, we even had a toast and we said a prayer and said, God, if you could just lead us into this new year, if you could guide us.
Yeah,
and
show us the direction.
show us the direction. And so we really feel like these are some directions that we're going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay, so basically that's what you're going to get from both channels. If you are on one channel and have never heard of the other channel, like I said, Finding Shalom is all about my journey to find peace, but it has a lot of biblical stuff in it because I have found that digging into the Word of God and finding out who God is really helped me separate my some of the childhood trauma or any of my hurts and my past pain. It helped me heal from that because once you find out who God is, you realize that you can separate that from the people who were acting as God's representatives when they really weren't acting as God, because God is not any of those things. It also has helped me learn guidance and all of that. So if you love to look at the Bible and you're yearning for peace, go over to the Finding Shalom channel. We'll talk more this year about peace and how to find that. And Jay joins me over there sometimes on some Bible study stuff or some topics, which we plan on doing.
We have a good time. Yeah.
Yep. And if you're on the Finding Shalom channel and you never heard about the Say I Do Forever, right now we've erased a bunch of the gardening videos. So we're kind of back to the square roots back to the beginning when we didn't know how. I mean, don't make fun of us in those videos because we were
very first videos. Yeah,
they're so bad.
It's all good.
But we're going to start trying
to
maybe make some on some subjects. Our main goal on that is never to act like we know everything, but we have learned a lot from being married and going through some really hard stuff and getting through and staying with it and learning our love languages. You'll see in there, it's old, but we went through the book, the five love languages. I think we also went through the Say I Do Forever. I'm not sure, or not Say I Do Forever, the
Saving Your Marriage Before It
Starts. Yeah, I'm not sure if we did that one. Anyway.
There was quite a few.
We'd love you to join us on both channels, but be patient with us because we are not chasing algorithms.
Right.
We are not chasing monetization. And there are so many good channels out there. I even stopped this year and said, does anybody even need us to have a channel? like, we don't even need to, because we could just point you to a bunch of good ones. In fact, in a lot of our videos, we point to other people's great channels. But we really do feel like we have a little bit of experience that we can share with you.
Yeah, I mean, we've been, July 23rd, we will be married 37 years.
And together 39.
Yeah, so, you know, God has guided us even in the ups and the downs, the traumatic parts of our marriage and the good parts of our marriage. Yeah, he's always been faithful. He's always been loving and gracious to us in our marriage. And his goodness is new every morning. So, yeah.
Yeah. So here's to a brand new year.
Yeah. And cold coffee.
And cold coffee. We love you guys, and we hope you all have a wonderful day and a beautiful new year. If your January got off to a rocky start, don't worry. You can start now. You can start anytime. It could be a fresh, brand new year anytime.
Yep.
Clean slate. Just turn the page over and start again.
Amen to that.
Okay. We love you all. Have a wonderful day. And to all my Finding Shalom people, shalom, dear friends.
See you guys.